Hey friends, I thought what I'd do before I get running with my day, because that's kind of how I do these videos. Either I try to get a video in at the end of my work day, or when I have a day off before I get to doing things, I try to check in. So I see again that I've gotten some good brother and sisterhood responses from my last two videos where I've been showing some of my rock roots. So I said, well, let me just get through the B's, okay, because I'll be doing this for years if I try to show you all. But I keep going. When I put the records back, I keep saying, oh, I didn't show that. And so just let me show a few more rock roots. Blues Magoos, Electric Comic Book. I don't know that I'll say too much. Maybe I'll get warmed up, but I just wanted to just show a few more records. Now, some might say, wait, that's not rock roots. Well, Brian Auger is definitely rock roots, and I grabbed him to show that I have Brian Auger. Oblivion Express, closer to it. Actually, the ones I want to show are these older ones. Brian Auger with Julie Driscoll, The Trinity, Street Noise. This is some good stuff. You hear where that Brian Auger sound started. Here's another early Brian Auger. I see, I'm waking up now. I did just honestly just get up not too long ago, so I'm having my morning coffee. But here's a Brian Auger. Definitely What. This is some great music. Great music. I'm tempted to put it on. Kind of helped me get my day going. So it's another cold day here in Omaha, Nebraska. Cold weekend. Really doesn't make for me wanting to do much, move around much, but I have stuff to do. Yeah. Brian Auger, yeah, this is some good stuff. But more rock roots right quick. The Byrds, of course, Turn. Gotta have some Byrds, right? I haven't shown the Beatles because I've shown the Beatles before, and stuff like Bowie. I've shown my Bowie, some of those, I got that stuff. The Byrds, Farther Along. This has a couple of really good songs. This is a very country album, which I'm not really much into country music. But when a song is really good, it don't matter what genre it's in. There's a couple songs in here like that. I threw in a couple records that are not that well known, but they go back to my roots, 60s and 70s. And Joe Bird and the Field Hippies, he was the guy behind the United States of America. This is another album that he made, the American Metaphysical Circus. The United States of America album I like better, but this is pretty interesting. And this is an original one. Bugsy Ma. He was a friend of my dad's, and he was also, I believe, in the Butterfield Blues Band. And this is straight blues. I inherited this from my dad. I never liked this record, to be honest. And Bugsy was one of those kind of musicians that hung around my dad that I was kind of suspect of, if I just may put it like that, okay? Bugsy signed it for my dad. Yeah, this is signed by Bugsy to my dad, our dad, Stephanie. Do you remember seeing this album, Stephanie? Maybe you might not remember this man, but he was one of those creeps. I'll just say it out. And if some of Bugsy's family happened to see this, sorry, guys. He was a creep. Well, if anybody ever wanted to know exactly what it is I'm talking about, I would tell you. Some people don't want to hear it. It'll bug you because it's a bad story. But I can tell you some things that you don't want to know about some of these people. Anyway, back to the music. Buffalo Springfield, Best of Buffalo Springfield. Mr. Soul. Shit. What's the name of that other song? Bluebird, is it? Yeah, Bluebird. Who can deny a great song, okay? That's me. Now, this isn't rock, but it's roots, and I wanted to show it because it was in my B's. Tim Buckley, great. Goodbye and Hello. My copy's slightly beat up because I've had it for probably 35 years. What a voice. What a songwriter. Look at the Fool. I bought this used. It's terrible, but I keep it, you know. The thing, and it was like I wanted it to be good so bad because it's Tim Buckley on Frank Zappa's label. I'll have to give this album another spin, but every time I've played this, it's been wretched. Just horrid. Tim Buckley, Happy Sad. I guess in a way we had to lose him young. He was too intense. And then Blue Afternoon. Excuse me. Just a few more bees. Bubble Puppy, A Gathering of Promises. Hot Smokin' Sassafras. International Artist record label. This is the shit, y'all. You old timers know what I'm talking about. Have to show this because the first Jackson Browne album I love. I bought it as a teenager. I love this album. This brought me a lot of comfort as a depressed teenager. This is an album that Jackson Browne was singing for me. Great album. I show this because, again, it was in the Bees. It's old. These guys were... This is actually Paul Revere and the Raiders, but they put out a couple albums as the Brotherhood. Again, some of you old-timers that actually watched Bandstand and stuff, you recognize the band. See? It's Paul Revere and the Raiders. This album's pretty good. Have to show this because this is a monster album. Crazy World of Arthur Brown. This is an original copy. I've had a few over the years. This is a monster classic album. One of the best albums. One of the best rock albums to come out of England for me. Another concept album that seemingly isn't recognized for it. This is a great album. Had to show this Brownsville Station because it's my roots. I saw the original Brownsville Station with the black bass player when I was a kid, and that was so inspirational. Seeing that black guy rocking out on bass, busting his knees open, doing the splits and in the air and coming down on his knees and getting up, and his knees are all bloody, and just rocking out, continuing. Brownsville Station were very influential to me as far as rock and roll, what it means. I want to end with someone who, another huge influence on me as a musician, period. Someone who really made me want to play the bass, Jack Bruce of Cream. I know that maybe some people would think, well, surely it would have been Jimi Hendrix or something like that. Go deeper, people. It ain't about this color. It's about what you feel here and what connects. Jack Bruce, the way he thumped that bass in Cream, that's all it took. Songs for a Tailor, and a fantastic singer-songwriter. Love Jack Bruce. This is one of my favorite all-time albums. Harmony Row, Jack Bruce. This is fantastic. This album is fantastic. Pardon me. For the longest time, I wanted folk song to be played at my funeral. And just because of what it meant to me as a teenager, you know, young man, that song just has a lot of sentimental value to me. Harmony Roll, this is a fantastic album. Don't hear people talking about Jack Bruce. You hear people talking about Eric Clapton. So let's talk about the real artist of the group, all right? Jack Bruce. Jack Bruce. Jack Bruce, Out of the Storm. More great songs on this album. And the last thing I'll show is Jack Bruce Band, House Tricks. Yeah, I got this one blaked up. A lot of these records are just screaming for Blakes. I have to pick and choose, but I wanted to get something by Jack Bruce. This is another great album. Just want to show some more roots, people. I hope you all have a great day and evening whenever you see this.